Good afternoon and welcome to Oriam, Scotland Sports Performance Centre for this university matchup between English universities and Scottish universities football. We've just heard the national anthems from England and Scotland, and England to kick us off here. I'm joined by Stuart Milne, Director of Football at St Andrews University. Stuart, looking forward to this game.
Yeah, it promises to be a really good one. Two probably evenly matched teams, and really looking forward to see how it plays out.
Fantastic. A couple of months ago we took in Scotland versus Irish universities here in a game that finished in a stalemate 0-0. So we're hoping for some more action here today and hopefully a couple of goals as England get us underway here. So England playing in the light blue strips and Scotland in the darker blue. Stuart, a couple of players here representing the University of St Andrews. Can you talk us through who they are and what their strengths are today?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got one that's starting the game, Matthias Mikado, playing in the middle of the pitch, so he's wearing number 7, really smooth central midfield player. He can play in 2 or 3 different positions, but very much a technician that'll like to get on the ball and play, try and help the team, keep possession of the ball and create chances to score. And the other one is Cami Choi, who's on the bench, central midfield player. He's just finished up with us after 4 years, so another kind of good ball playing player that will try and take the game along if he gets the opportunity to play.
Yeah, fantastic, and both teams looking to play out here early on. And again, this university best of setup is a great way to bring together all those players from different universities. Obviously, a vast number of universities down in England to select from. In Scotland, considerably less. But it's great to see these players coming from different universities to play and represent the country that they're studying in. Was it given away on the edge of the box there? Opportunity here for Scotland. Great recovery tackle. And blocked again. Shout to handball. But not given. Corner. That could have been quite costly there for England, as the ball was kind of given away by a loose touch from the centre half. Scotland failing to counter on that one. So Stuart, talk us through your role here at St Andrews University, being Director of Football. Obviously a very strong women's team playing in the Bucks Premier Division, and also looking after the men's team, who I believe are in Scottish Division 1. So the corner's come in, back heel, and it's just wide by Ross Pollock. Yes, talk us through your role there at the University of St Andrews.
Yeah, head up the men's and women's programme. We have 3 competitive women's teams, as you mentioned. The women's team winning the Bucks Championship this year, playing in the Premier North League, so they've had a really good couple of years. And our men's first team, that was their first year in Tier 1 this year, and had a really good go their first year. Played against Northumbria. There's 2 or 3 of the lads from Northumbria playing for England this afternoon, so we know they'll have some good players, some good energy about them, good technicians, so they'll be a threat to watch. We've 7 men's teams in total, so plenty of opportunities to play. Programme's grown a lot since 2011 when we first came into the job. So between looking after all the coaches, all the players, the media, the admin, the organising, working with the committee, it's a full-on job, but really great job, really rewarding, and looking forward to continuing to progress it on next year.
Fantastic! It's great, like you say, to have that Scottish presence in the British leagues and Bucks Premier. With it's a foul on the edge of the box just there. As I was saying, yeah, it's great to have some Scottish representation in those top leagues, with St Andrews women's team being the only Scottish women's team in the Bucks Premier. Am I correct? With Edinburgh getting promoted into the league for next year, and then obviously University of Stirling and Heriot University, both with their men's teams in the Bucks Premier North as well. So really starting to challenge those English universities in that top level of university football. As Sammy Doig stands over this ball on the edge of the box with left-footed delivery. Probably looking just to clip this one in, try and find someone rather than a shot. It's a good ball in. Dealt with by England, by the centre half there. He looks to find the outlet up top. But the covering defender does well there. Quite an open game to start with, quite end to end. Obviously that early chance there for Scotland with the error on the edge of the box came to nothing. But you know, both teams looking to take control of this match and start to play their football. Some patient play there by England, but coming to nothing in the end as Scotland hold their shape well. Again, another loose touch there, allowing Scotland to get out a little bit as it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Yeah. Big switch from the England captain. Well dealt with, but given away in midfield by Scotland. England seeing a lot of the ball at the moment. Looks like Scotland have set up with a 4-4-2, potentially with a diamond formation in the middle there. As the ball goes forward, and Ross Pollock just watches the ball go out of play. Now opportunity for Scotland to keep possession and see if they can build from the back here. But the ball fired into midfield there. Scotland again losing possession easily.
The Scottish one's coming.
Brilliant. So as I mentioned before, we've got a variety of universities on show here today. So with the England team, we have Aaron Stevens from the University of Sunderland, Solomon Kent from Hartpury University, Johnny White from Nottingham, Jack Farrier from Chichester, Josh Rooney and captain from Hartpury as well, Luke Cox, Nottingham Trent University, Dan Myers and Hugh Dawson from Northumbria and Nottingham respectively, Jacob Browns from Hartpury, Harry Hoth from Oxford Brookes, Luke Steer from Exeter, and Dan Turner from Northumbria as well. On the bench for them we have Lewis Manning from Hartpury, Darren Foxley from East London, Noah Milliken from Northumbria, Joshumi Lapudu from Leeds, Ben Franklin from Northumbria, and Will Horan from Leeds as well. So again, a wide variety of universities being represented here. It's great to see these players coming together from across England, representing English juniors team here. Scotland put the ball into the box there, was well gathered by the goalkeeper, slightly too close. And looking at the Scotland team today, lining up in goal, we have Adam Buttigieg from Stirling, Callum Archibald, Alex Genus from Stirling, Ross Pollock from Harrier Watts, Lewis Blaine from Stirling, Jacob Glass from Glasgow, Ben Hill and captain from Stirling, Matthias Machado from St Andrews, Will Antonick from Edinburgh, Jay Burns from Stirling, Sammy Doyle from Harrier Watt, and Finn Moffat up top from Stirling University. And on the bench we have Ewan White from University of Abertay, Luca Giacomini from Harrier Watt, Jacob Shingle from University of Edinburgh, Tony Fair Aradua from Glasgow, Cameron Choi from St Andrews, and Finn Reagan from University of Stirling. So Stuart, England seeing a lot more of the ball here in the early stages, when you say?
Yeah, they've kind of settled into the game a wee bit now. They had that mistake very early on that Scotland were maybe a wee bit unlucky not to capitalise on, but they've kind of found a wee bit of the rhythm now, England. looking to be quite smooth, looking to be quite patient. At times Scotland quite happy just to contain. Looks as though when they've not got the ball, Scotland, it's kind of about 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, just happy to pick their moment to pounce. There's another opportunity where they could have done that. So there's a good tempo to the game. The front players of England look lively if they can get into that forward area. So the Scotland centre halves will have a wee bit of a job cut out to keep them quiet, but they've done a good job so far. So game might settle down in the next 10-15 minutes or so, but it's been good so far.
Absolutely, it's a similar pattern to when we watched Scotland versus Ireland a couple of months ago. Scotland quite happy to sit off the ball and stay in their shape, but also counter-attack when those opportunities arise. You're right, I think it is a 4-4-2, potentially a diamond midfield for Scotland. England being quite fluid actually with their fullbacks inverting into the middle of the park as Scotland pick the ball up in midfield, but again England sharp to win it back. It's a good turn, great half turn, and a shot from the edge of the box, just wide of the far post. Yeah, similar to when we played Ireland, those opportunities that come, they're very sharp in trying to get that transition from defence into attack and creating those opportunities. It's a good ball into the channel, but slightly overhit, and the Scottish goalkeeper comfortably collects that one. It's good to see both teams trying to play a good brand of football as well. It's a great service here at Oriam with, and I think it's been nicely slick for them as well. So the ball is zipping around nicely with Sammy Doig just being caught offside. As St Andrews coach, you're happy when you come to Oriam to play on this surface, allows you to get some good football.
Yeah, there's it's a really good facility, the indoor pitch and the outdoor pitch as well. We played the She World Cup final a few weeks ago on it, and a really good surface. We're fortunate across the country now that a lot of the universities invest in the facilities. So here, St Andrews, Stirling have got some good facilities, Edinburgh have got good facilities, and then obviously when you go down to play some of the opposition down south. So really great moments for the students to get maximum experience, really maximising that professional player, that performance environment. So great opportunities for them to learn and kick on.
Absolutely, like you say, there's several now performance programmes across the country with St Andrews, Heriot-Watt and Stirling, three of the bigger ones that have started to see some success from recruiting specifically football athletes to come and study at the universities, and that's paid off with their promotion into the Northern Leagues. There's a ball trying to be threaded through there to the third man run from the Englishman, but unfortunately not able to capitalise on it as it goes through to the goalkeeper. As you mentioned before, a couple of these players already graduated, so this will be their last university experience. Talk us through that university football. We have obviously the Bucks competition that goes on throughout the year, but some of these players will also be competing on a Saturday as well and managing their studies. So talk us through what the programme looks like for a student coming to play football and study as well.
It's heavy demanding, and it's a credit to all the student athletes up and down the country that manage to balance it, because they want to get the best possible degree programme they can get, so they'll be heavily involved in their academic stuff during the day and during their free time, as well as whatever else they want to do with their socialising, working. But the playing commitments will be pretty intense up and down the country with all the different expectations, the training time, the game times, the travel times, analysis times. I mean, if you take some of the programmes that we can speak quite clear on that in terms of like the training sessions, they'll do 3 a week, they'll do video analysis work. A chance here for Scotland as I'm going through there, the left centre back's covered it up, so they'll be training a lot, they'll be in the gym a lot, like I said, they'll be training and travelling. You get Stirling that'll be playing in the Lowland League, Edinburgh Uni have their East of Scotland side, Heriot-Watt their East of Scotland side, I think Glasgow have got a West of Scotland side, so lots of teams playing at some good levels and giving them some opportunities to do that. That'll aid their development, not only through the training that they'll do through the week, the Bucks content at the standards getting better and better, but also on a Saturday as well, or a Sunday whenever they're playing, male or female players. It's great exposure for them to develop their careers and develop as academics at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. It was another mistouch by the England goalkeeper there, almost results in the ball trickling into his own net.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, university football is a fantastic opportunity for these guys to kind of explore that dual career path, whereas there sometimes is that option to continue in the game post university, whether that's a professional contract or taking a step to a different team as well. As England work it well out wide, it's a quick 1-2 on the edge of the box, but well dealt with by Ross Pollock. Ben Hill calmly passes it in. He's looking to find around. Can't quite get it past the English captain as it goes out for a goal kick. We're also now joined here by Angus Seller, who's a former Heriot-Watt student himself, but is also a big part of the Scottish university football setup here, and has been a real driving force behind getting this home nations going. Angus, what does it mean to be having these matches once again for these students?
Yeah, it's great to see that they've been coming back since 2019, and the fixture we had against Ireland back in April. It's just a good showcase of the ability that we've got in the Scottish universities and colleges. I mean, you can see it already today. The quality is a very high standard. We see it with some of the players graduating, moving on. We've got quite a few some of the boys from Stirling moving into the leagues, Heriot-Watt boys moving into the leagues, and historically been doing so. So getting them back into a Scotland setup and getting the absolute best of the players that we've got in it's very good. Today's game, I mean, a big fixture against England, so really looking forward to see how it's going. First 15 minutes have been absolutely great from Scotland. They've been putting the pressure on them, and very, very determined, and it looks like they've came with a good game plan to hopefully rattle England.
Spoken like a true Scotsman there, giving England absolutely nothing. Bit of a wasted opportunity there for England as the free kick results in a Scotland throwing in the right back position. Yeah, Angus mentioned it there, Stuart, that some of these guys have managed to step up into the leagues following being part of these performance programs at university. Is that something that you guys at St Andrews are absolutely geared up towards and supporting those players develop into, whether it's the East of Scotland leagues or into League 1, League 2 and further beyond?
Yeah, we're set up very well to do that, and probably the case playing just now with Matthias, combining a programme with ourselves, Montrose, being a key player for them at different points over the last 2 years. So we want to try and maximise these opportunities to make the players better, make them better people through the values, the expectations, the cultures that we've got within our programme, but certainly give them as many performance tools as they possibly can to excel, so that they're best players for us and the best players from Montrose as well, so they can go on and play at the highest possible level. Matthias is just one example. We've got one or two other lads in our programme that are more than capable of playing at a high level. Whether they do that with us or whether they go on to do that beyond their time with us, we'll wait and see. But certainly a lot of universities are very well equipped now to pass players on. You've seen a number of Stirling and Heriot-Watt guys finish up with their programmes and go into League 1, League 2. The success recently of Barney leaving Heriot-Watt and going signing for Falkirk in the Championship. He'll be a Premier League player next year, so great exposure, great opportunity, and I think that's why you're seeing more and more clubs take a key role in their recruitment, because the university standard's very good and they can get some good players for sort of good value there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic to see that the club's now recognising that taking players from the university, as the ball's almost slipped through but well cut out there, that they can take players from a university programme and quite easily make that step into the league football. Ball whipped into the front post. Goal kick there. Yeah, we're just saying there on the on the comms that the number 9 for England's quite a handful, from the University of Leeds. Have you come across him before? Is this the first time that you've seen him play?
No, it's the first time I've seen him play. He's very lively, very athletic, and he keeps trying to peel off on the centre backs when the ball's on the other side of the pitch. He's also trying to isolate defenders 1v1 because he's very direct, very athletic, good size about him. But when the ball's come into his feet as well, he can clearly play. As he looks to make that run off the shoulder again, England coming down that left hand side. He's trying to get the first contact, but it's well defended, composed defending. Hopefully didn't give it the commentator's curse there, but they worked it really, really well. And the centre half keeps carrying on his run. Ball into the box. Chance. Good save. Might have been offside there, but the play goes on. And then it's cleared. So all started with some really composed defending at the back. Scotland breaking forward, and they're coming forward again. Moffat on the left hand side here. A wee slip pass. And a corner to Scotland. Some good play there.
Yeah, very quick transition from defence to attack there from Scotland again. When England lose that ball, they're looking to get in behind as quickly as possible. England leaving 3 or 4 players up top. When England have the ball at the back, so there are those spaces in behind in that transition phase. As Finn Moffat whips the ball in, well punched away. Sammy Doyle trying to marshal him, and he does well. Scotland getting the throw in on that far side. So 20 minutes gone here at Oriam, and you'd probably say that England have the better of the ball, but Scotland probably the better of the chances, wouldn't you say, Stuart?
Yeah, absolutely. Just that most recent one coming just a couple of minutes ago, and then the chance earlier in the game following a mistake at the back from England. So you're absolutely right. I think quite happy to absorb pressure, and then in those transition moments they've been really, really deadly. So it might be a pattern of the play. It might open up and settle down a wee bit more, but very evenly matched, and it's proven a really good spectacle so far as we were expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the hardest part of the sport is obviously putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's often the bit that comes from playing regularly with players. Those runs and that intuitive knowing where a player's going to be and how they want the ball into them. So it's no surprise that those chances haven't been taken necessarily, but there's definitely been a couple of good chances for England. England being patient with the ball, working it forward. Good clip ball into the left back. Ross Pollock across to marshal him. It goes out for an England throw-in deep in Scotland territory. There's another throw-in for England there. England playing very high up. You can see there's gaps in behind the number 6 there, so if the ball gets loose, there is the opportunity for Scotland to counter. There's a well challenged there. So a slightly late challenge, the ref's playing advantage. We might bring it back as the ball goes out of play. Yeah, that's good refereeing. Well marshalled there by English left back, going out for a goal kick. So we've been given some insight into the structures of the leagues last year and how they finished up. So a lot of these guys representing clubs playing in the top divisions of university football. University of Newcastle, Stirling, Nottingham, Harry Watt and Nottingham Trent all playing in the Bucks Premier, of which all those universities are represented here today, as well as Hartpury have a lot of players, and they finished third overall in Bucks Premier South. And University of Newcastle winning the Bucks Premier North as well. So a few guys who have experienced some good success this season already, looking to add to it here today. As the ball stopped on the line there, it looked, but goes out for a Scotland throw-in. Ball's fired into the edge of the box there, and unfortunately hits the ref, which very much helps Ben Heal with his steaming away. I'm not sure what's been given here. The drop ball, it's got to hit the ref, so it should be a drop ball, surely.
No, it's uncontested.
Uncontested.
The team that got it, the team that last had it. I think it will drop to Scotland.
Yeah, ball dropped to Scotland here. Tries to play it up in a little flick, but it doesn't quite come off for them. So what more can we be looking for from Scotland here to start to capitalise on some of these chances?
Yeah, I think that they're certainly lively in the front area. Moffat's leading the line very, very well, and he's getting good support from the sides. I think maybe potentially they could maybe play around England a wee bit more and get some of the wide players involved. So certainly Sammy Doig down this left-hand side has been lively when he's had the opportunity to play. He's just maybe not had enough of the moments to then go 1v1 against the fullback. And then you've got Will Antonick from Edinburgh that's very lively. Again, it's just trying to get them and getting these key players in the right areas with time and space. And as the game opens up, they might get a bit more time to do that. But certainly they've created opportunities very much from the transition point, and like you said, on the balance of play, England having more of the ball, but Scotland creating the better chances. So I think the first goal in this will be quite key.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And it's difficult when Scotland are being very patient with their structure and keeping a nice tight formation to go into those transitions and really utilise the size of this pitch. Which is a big pitch, wide pitch. Opportunity to get those 1v1s. As England centre forward was offside there. Yeah, it's when Scotland got the ball here, they need to really kind of make the use of the pitch, give it that width. Their wingers high and wide, creating those gaps inside for those players to thread those passes. There seems to be a lot more. As Ross Pollock does well there, actually. Let's get up to win that ball. Reacting second and just lacking a bit of composure there. As England have possession once again. England playing with quite a few players in the final third as Ben Heal's rugby tackle to the ground, which might result in a yellow card.
Yeah, I think the England players feel slightly aggrieved because it did appear to bounce off the Scotland player's arm in the build-up to that, but Ben Heal, the captain, very much been a driving force in that midfield area, and it's not up to him to make the calls. The ref decided to play on, or maybe didn't see it, and he's got away from the guy and he's been pulled back. So good play to break it up. Another chance for Scotland to get on the ball and hopefully string some passes together and then create opportunities. But definitely think that getting the ball into certainly the three players that are supporting Moffat is going to be key for them, just in terms of trying to create a bit more moments in front of goal and ask a few more questions at England backline.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems to be another yellow card there, probably for some extended conversations with the referee, shall we say, about that decision. Scotland taking it short, looking to slide it in, but it does well. Demanding it back in again. It's not a bad ball into Moffat there, but doesn't stick. Ross Pollock 1v1. Can you do marshal him? He does very well, very strong. Jameson's out, but now he's pulled back. But there's an opportunity here. It's a great save at the near post there. Yeah, it looked like there could have been a foul in the build-up there, would you say?
Yeah, I thought Pollock did really well in the first case, just to kind of hold the centre forward off, and just as he started to drive away, I thought he was pulled back, but not given. A good break from England and a really good save at the front post there from the Scotland goalkeeper.
So England now with a corner, refusing to take it short, so it looks to be swung in here. A lot of bodies around the goalkeeper. It was well defended, and Ben Heel gets a boot on it to send it clear. So England there putting quite a lot of bodies around the goalkeeper, maybe thinking they can outmuscle him and get a little flick ahead of him in that 6-yard box. Yeah,
they were just trying to surround the goalkeeper there and ask a few questions with one of their early set play moments. So well defended by Scotland. England have a throw in down this right hand side, just into the Scotland half, and the play just resets a wee bit. Might be difficult for some of these players as well, the fact that we're kind of at the close season, off season, pre-season for some, depending on where they've been. So expect a lull in the game at some point. England taking that opportunity to maybe just have a wee bit of calmer time. Scotland's organisation without the ball's been good. They've limited England so far to chances. England give the ball away again. Just that final ball there, could have seen them in. Sammy Doig had an opportunity just to slide Moffat in, but unfortunately not able to pull it off on this occasion. But Scotland quite happy to set into that 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1 without the ball, pick their moment. They've had some good moments so far. Just looking to capitalise with that next chance. England progressing the ball down the left hand side as it goes out for a throw in. 32 minutes played. Scotland looking very disciplined in their shape there, kind of protecting those spaces, not really allowing England much opportunity to turn between the lines and thread those passes to their lively centre forward. Whereas you say England kind of leaving a lot more bodies up front when they've got the ball at the back, and that is what's leaving the gaps and the opportunity for Scotland to transition well. Centre half just beaten there. You can see that space between the back four as the ball is clipped in. The boy goes down on the edge of the box there. Looks like a head knock. He's going to have to stop the play here. Referee, stops the play. Probably could have stopped it a little bit earlier. Yeah, as I was saying, Scotland really compact in their shape. So there's no space for any number 10 to kind of drop into and turn and find kind of that third man running behind. But it does leave a little bit of a gap in front of that midfield four for England, just to keep that ball and be patient with it. So you're looking ahead to next season. You said there's a couple of boys moving on and having graduated this year. Excited for what next season holds? Yeah, very much so. Now that the guys have had a year to establish themselves in Tier 1, we know what the league's all about. There's some really, really good teams at a very, very good competitive level, but we'll have a good team again next year, and we'll go as far as we possibly can to push on. Cross come into the box here, just slightly overhit. But yeah, looking forward to it. I think the players are enjoying their off-season just now, and we'll get them back in August and start the preparations up again for Bucks starting in early October. Just an opportunity here for Muffet to shoot. It just slips at the way, took a wee deflection, but easily gathered by the England goalkeeper.
So in terms of goals for next season, is it different for the two teams? Obviously the women's team winning Bucks North this year, and for the guys, is it more of the same, to continue to establish themselves, or to push on and see if they can make their way up the league?
No, I very much want to kind of try and push on, and I think the success that the women have had over the last 2 seasons has really inspired the guys that they can put something hopefully together themselves, where they can establish themselves in Tier 1 and then go and try and make themselves as competitive in Tier 1 as they possibly can. Ideally we would want to be in a position where we're in the mix to win that league. Very tough to get out of the league, because we've seen the playoffs over the last couple of years that really good Strathclyde side have come close to getting out, but just not quite managed to do it. So we're under no illusions for the guys in terms of how tough it will be, but certainly want to give that a good go. The Queen's Park Shield's an important one to the university as well. We've not won it since 2018. We've had 2 really good games with Heriot Watt in the latter stages of that competition the last 2 years. A well established Prem North side, so we can show in these one-off games that we can compete. It's then just getting over the line and getting up to these leagues and getting over the line in cup ties as well. And for the women, very much just a case of trying to just push on and establish ourselves as much as we can. It'll be 3rd season in Prem North, 3rd season in the Championship, and look to go and try and be as successful as we possibly can. Very competitive league, a lot of really good teams in there, so it's never easy, but we've shown that we've got some good players and we've got a good programme about it that we can go and compete. So looking for more of the same ideally next season.
Yeah, that's really exciting times for St Andrews, and like you say, that Scottish Tier 1 is such a competitive league in the men's side. Having played in it myself for Heriot Watt, it's a real battle at times, and the nature of university football is it's quite cyclical. One year it could be one team dominating, and the next a completely different team as players move on and new players come into the university. So you never quite know who you're going to come up against, and the first half of that campaign is often crucial to. So ball slipped through there to Sammy Doig, but unable to take it under his control. Yeah, the first half of that season very much important to kind of feeling out how each teams are going to perform for the second half when it gets to the business end of the season, and pushing on, and hopefully, like you say, getting into those playoff spots to gain promotion into the Premier divisions, as Pollock does well to actually bring that down and give it to Sammy Doig, who drops it back off to Pollock again. Sorry, not Pollock. So the English goalkeeper has it. Jacob Glass there playing number 5 alongside Ross Pollock at centre half. You mentioned the Queen's Park Shield there as well, and that's the Scottish Cup of university football, one of the oldest cups in Scotland, I believe, over 100 years worth of history there. The last 4 years, I believe, it's either been University of Stirling or Heriot Watt taking it home, but like you say, those two teams playing in the Bucks Premier Division, but very much being challenged with being won by Stirling this year, but Edinburgh and Napier making it to the final. So another university kind of making it to the final, rather than being a Heriot Watt Stirling final for the 4th year in a row. And on the women's side of things, I think it's the She Can, She Will Cup competition, which I think St Andrews have been lucky enough to win for the last 4 years. University of Edinburgh, your biggest rivals in that one, would you say?
Yeah, just as you were talking there about Heriot Watt and Stirling being in the QPS final, quite a few times over the last few years. It's been ourselves in Edinburgh and the She Can, She Will for the last 3. The first year we won it, we played Stirling here. So really good standard of competitions and really prestigious ones to wins for both the male and female players in the game. So yeah, great that Napier managed to get to the final this year. They had some great results along the way. I think they beat Heriot Watt in the semi-final, I think it was. So yeah, great opportunity for teams in cup football. Can throw up anything, as proven with that one, which is good standard, and Stirling winning it this year, being one of the strongest teams in the country.
Absolutely. And further to that, you've also got the national championship and national trophy, which I think you said you came up against Northumbria in that competition, was it? So that you were, picking up on some of these players that you've played against already this season. It's a great opportunity for those tier 1 universities to come up against some English universities in the latter rounds of that tournament. This is a great run here by the England centre half. Can't quite find the finish at the end. Maybe one too many touches there?
Yeah, I don't know if he got a wee bit excited because after he'd gone past 3 or 4 and his eyes maybe lit up, just the fact he was on the edge of the box. He did well to ride a challenge on the edge of the box there from Lewis Blaine, but good little bit of skill, good opportunity. Thankfully didn't trouble the Scotland goalkeeper too much, but that's probably one of England's best chances so far. They're getting that shooting opportunity away quite close to goal. Scotland build the game down the right hand side, just turned over again. England come forward through the line there into the pocket. Well recovered though by the Scotland. Good pressure to win the ball back. Moffat just need to get back on side there at the wee opportunity to get that transition pass right. For as good a structure as it's been for Scotland, they could probably relish the opportunity to have a wee bit more of the ball. Great pressure again. Just not quite getting there, and England get out down the left hand side. But another turnover. Chance to break here, go and drive, see what he's got, shot away. It's quite easily saved by the goalkeeper. But again, another example of Scotland winning the ball in that middle part of the pitch, breaking, and it leads to another chance.
Yeah, it's really been the story of the first half, hasn't it? England with majority of the possession, other than a couple of half chances, not really managed to do much with it. And it's been their own errors that have really led to Scotland's chances, giving the ball away in that middle third and allowing Scotland to transition quickly. Referee's given a corner there, much to the protest of the Scotland defence. As we enter the last 5 minutes of normal time of the first half. See a lot of bodies in that 6-yard box once again, Stuart.
Yeah, comes in, you could hear the England coaches just shouting there, wait, so it's obviously a set play that they've worked on just to try and cause a few problems. As England try and sustain a wee bit of pressure on that left hand side, Scotland trying to show them back a wee bit, which they managed to do. Wee opportunity to press the game here, very high from the goalkeeper, but long diagonal looking for some of the big players that have stayed up the pitch, but it's well defended again by Pollock. Picked up on the edge of the box, got to be careful with the tackles there because England are lively. Back post, and it's really well defended. Really, he's given a goal kick. I thought it was really well defended at the back post there by Jacob Glass, just holding off the winger coming in off the side. But dangerous cross and a dangerous moment right on half time.
Yeah, it seemed to take a bit of a deflection there and kind of a loop towards Jacob at the back post, and I think he managed to put his body in the way enough to put the English centre forward off. Scotland opting to go long from this goal kick, probably sensing it's the latter stages of the first half. Don't want to be giving anything away cheaply. Again, you mentioned there Ross Pollock doing well defensively under that corner, and the second ball as well. He's dealt well with the England centre forward. You say he's probably had the better of that battle so far.
Yeah, very much so. Both players shown their qualities, but Ross standing up to it very well so far. Good background in terms of his profiling at Heriot Watt. He's played quite a few times for Scottish Uni now, so using his experience just to marshal the centre forward well thus far. As it's a ball in behind that they're trying to get him, it doesn't quite lead to anything. But Scotland defending well so far. Hopefully don't give that the commentator's curse just right on half time, but they've had to defend well because there's lots of possession. As we get a wee overload on this side of the pitch, no, it's gone out of play. But yeah, so far they've defended really well. Latter chances coming just a few moments ago with the one on the edge of the box and then that cross to the back post. But that's pretty much what they've restricted England to, which is credit to them, because on the balance of play, possession wise, England have certainly had more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is that discipline and that shape out of possession that's really been impressive for Scotland so far. Again, it's that disciplined shape that's proving difficult for England to break down and find those passes into their centre forwards. You see they're really pressing up high, and there's quite a gap between their back four and their midfield. Really trying to put Scotland under pressure, but Scotland doing well to close down that space and cause the errors from the England team. Shot from range from England. They noticed the goalkeeper was off his line, slightly off target, but not a bad effort. Okay, so the referee blowing there for half time. Stuart, can you summarise that half for us?
Yeah, I think on the balance of it, both managers will be actually quite happy. England have had certainly more of the ball without threatening too many times. Like I mentioned, just a couple of moments before half time, some chances that caused Scotland a wee bit of concern. But from Scotland's point of view, I think Chris Geddes will be quite happy without a possession work. They've had some really key moments in terms of nicking the ball on the right part of the pitch. Just probably the best chance came maybe a wee bit too early for them, and inside the box, the striker could have got his shot away a wee bit quicker rather than taking a touch. But yeah, even game as we thought, and looking forward to seeing what the second half's got in store for us.
Great, thanks Stuart. Yep. Okay, and welcome back to Oriam, Scotland Sports Performance Centre for the second half of this Scottish unis versus English unis matchup. Scores tied at 0-0, with no changes, it appears, for the second half. Joined once again by Director of Football of St Andrews University, Stuart Milne. Great to have Stuart alongside me for the second half as well. So we're back underway here for the second half. The ball's clipped forward. Some early pressure. England keeper kind of kneeing it away and then cleared well. Well challenged there. Jacob Glass with the next header on. It's a scrappy first exchanges of this second half as the ball breaks on the edge of the box. Ooh. Oh, two players getting in the way of each other and not falling kindly for any of them. So a lively start to this second half. We'll see if it settles back into the similar pattern of the first half, Stuart.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Mentioned just before half time that the stage of the season, it's kind of pre-season, off-season, so it'll be interesting to see the fitness levels, and I think the coaches will need to use their substitutions wisely, but both look as though they've got strong benches, so I dare say they'll look to them very shortly. But I expect the first probably 10-15 minutes to start much as the first half played out, certainly giving us that impression so far, as England try and control a bit of the ball and Scotland bide their time before they can pick them off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crucial to start well in these games and take those chances when they come and put the opposition on the back foot. But again, seems Scotland settling into that 4-4-2 shape off the ball. And England patiently bringing it forward, looking to draw Scotland out and create those spaces in between the lines. What do you think the two managers would have said to their teams at half-time there, Stuart?
I think from Scotland's point of view, they'd probably just want a wee bit more of the ball and a wee bit more control, because they're having to work so hard without the ball and be so disciplined that it takes a lot of mental and physical energy with it. So as they go and press a wee bit higher here, the fullback's going to go and engage. Just gets a wee bit too tight there, but I think from Scotland's point of view, they'll be looking to see a wee bit more of the ball and get their creative players looking to get on the ball a bit more, create some more opportunities. Be great to see Matthias get on the ball in the middle of the pitch for Scotland. He's a wonderful technician and ball player that just needs to see a wee bit more of the ball. From England's point of view, they probably just want to create a bit more, so quite comfortable with the ball in the first 2/3 of the pitch, but never really created an awful lot in the final third, so probably looking to penetrate a bit more or play around the sides or play over and just ask a few more questions of that Scotland backline. Again, another good interception there from the central midfield player, the captain. Really breaks the play up really well, Ben Heal, so he's had a good game so far.
Yeah, he was also a standout, Ben Heal, in the last match against Ireland. Just his physicality is obvious there. His work rate off the ball, and is often one of those players that is making those interceptions and then those driving runs, dragging the team forward as well. He's done the same today as the England skipper clears the ball out of play. Yeah, I think you're right. If Scotland can try and get a bit more of this ball and create those chances and get the ball for a bit more sustained period of time in that English third, then hopefully the chances will come along with that. Great ball into Ben Hill, can't quite take it on the turn, but does well to get it out wide, and now played into Sammy Doig. Plays it back well. Yeah, it's good to see if Scotland can hold this ball, but again, forcing it forward and losing possession. Need to be a little bit more patient with the ball, would you say?
Yeah, it's a good example there of just like when it's on to play forward, when there's space and time to do so, and when it's on just to retain it. The throw in as well, they probably could have thrown it back to one of the centre halves, and they've got a 3 against 1 to try and get out. So just little moments like that might help them a wee bit. They're getting into some good areas, just about that kind of ball retention at times. Opportunity to play, might have just run the ball out and Scotland lose possession again. Just little moments, a wee bit quicker or a wee bit more assured with their decision making. We'll see them have a bit more control, because they've definitely got the players on the pitch to be able to have as much control of the ball as what England are doing just now.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, England's much more patient in possession as the ball's played through, but centre half does well. Looking across to the line, no calling for offside, which wasn't given. A miss for this game, Andrew Clark, who's St Andrews player as well. He was very sharp in the game against Ireland, playing that number 10 position, was often the creator of most of those chances, Stuart.
Yeah, again a really good creator, a wonderful technician, great finisher. For Andrew with us now for 2 years, and in that time he's made a massive impact on our programme. Came in from Lingfield. His little claim to fame that he'd played in the Champions League qualifier before he came in. So yeah, I think Scotland could definitely do with him, just to help their threat at the top end of the pitch. They're doing well, they just maybe want to see a wee bit more. Andonik's very lively when he sees possession of the ball. Moffat and one or two others as well, looking to create another great area for them to go and drive and attack. Just that final ball at times, like you said, maybe Clarkie's quality helped them, but working hard to retain possession back as England look to come forward down this left hand side. Need to try and get him on his left foot. The deflection, yeah, just nicked off his head there as it went in. I think the goal scorer there, Luke Steele, cut inside, very right footed, dominated. Could have done with trying to get him on the outside, but cuts inside, and if you don't shoot you don't score, and he's certainly caused a problem there for Scotland.
I mean, it came from that opportunity that Scotland had at the far end of the pitch, and giving the ball away with a good opportunity to find that final pass into the centre forward, and didn't come. And then England doing well to counter attack and cuts inside, and like you say, just gets that little deflection that just takes it out of the grasp of the goalkeeper. Luke Steer from the University of Exeter there scoring. I'm sure that he will have scored plenty for the university as they won Bucks Premier South this year as well. So a good finish, and you saw the Scotland player who gave it away really trying to get back, but he did well just to cut inside and find that far corner. So it'll be interesting to see how Scotland respond to that now. They've not had a bad start of the second half, but they just need to see if they can now create those chances and find that final pass that's been a bit elusive to them so far in this game. It's a bit of a wasted ball there, unusually by Ross Pollock, as he can't quite find the diagonal pass. So 8 minutes here into the second half. England finding the breakthrough through Steer. Scotland looking to respond quickly. There's a good ball into number 10, but again given away cheaply with a little bit of time. And space is starting to open up in that middle third, but won very well in the midfield there as the ball's clipped through. Looking for Finn Moffat, but unable to do so. English defence look a little bit panicked at times, with Scotland starting to press a little bit higher up.
Yeah, they've got good energy at the top end of the pitch, Scotland, with a lot of rotation going on between the front floor and lots of pace, energy. It's just that final ball. Mateus trying to play one in behind there, and if you can get into areas where you can ask questions. It'll be interesting to see how England respond to it, because certainly with the transition moments in the first half, they certainly get chances. Scotland, it's just whether or not they convert. A chance there, I think it was a corner. Great first touch there from Moffat, and he got his shot away. I think he was deflected wide for a corner, but again, Scotland trying to threaten and ask questions. Have responded really well to going behind, and see if they can work something here with the set play. Good response.
Absolutely, as you say, it was a great first touch there from Moffat. Brought it under his control very quickly and managed to get that shot away, probably catching the defender and potentially the goalkeeper by surprise. But got a little bit of deflection, which took the ball away from goal and also took the sting out of the shot as well. Scotland lining up on the edge of the box here. See if anything can come from this set play. The ball's whipped in, well cleared by the England skipper. Sammy Doig trying to find Moffat on the far side, but doesn't. And England have the opportunity to counter here, as Scotland work their way back. That's well done, well delayed there. Asking for a free kick. The ball breaks kindly to Scotland again. Let's keep possession. Ball slid through. Cut inside. Can he finish? Well recovered. Matthias Andernick there, number 8 for Scotland, doing well to try and create a chance, but unfortunately came to nothing as England threatened at the other end, but well marshalled by Lewis Blaine. Yeah, Will Andernick, one of the few Edinburgh students in this squad. He's looked lively so far, as making some great runs and kind of supporting Moffat up top, trying to play off each other, the two players obviously from different universities, so it does take time to kind of build that relationship and that intuitive connection between two forwards. Potentially one too many touches again there Stuart.
Yeah, he's done great to just chop back inside. I think the England centre half read it well and got across quickly just to kind of make the block, but it was promising moments again. If they can, like you said, if they can get these combinations right. Andernick's been very live on the foot. He started the move just inside the Edinburgh half there with a good bit of skill, came out the other side, and yeah, some promising moments. It looks like a wee injury concern here for Scotland. Lewis Blaine made the block there for the corner. I don't know if he's just had his ankle trodden on just as he's made the block or twisted something, but Scotland subs are out getting ready. He looks in a bit of pain, but hopefully he'll be able to carry on. But end-to-end stuff, there's a big chance at one end and then England go down the other end again, and Luke Steer, he's having a bit of the ball at the minute. He's obviously confident he'll be up from that goal a few moments ago, so they've marshalled him well this time, Scotland, keeping him on the outside on his maybe his weaker left foot rather than his right foot that he scored the goal from.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as we have this break of play, Scotland probably will be looking to use their bench soon if it stays like this for much longer with 1-0 down. It'd be interesting to see what they try and change, if it's a formation change. Like I say, Moffat is at times been a little bit isolated, but Andernick coming and trying to connect with them a little bit more and see if there's players they can get around them to make those third man runs in behind, so they can find that final pass that has been eluding them so far. Seems to be a little bit of discomfort here and a bit of an extended break. See if there's a change in coming for Scotland. Trying to work out if the player's going to be able to continue, and doesn't look like he is, as Jacob Shingle from University of Edinburgh is making his way back to the bench to receive his instructions as the ball comes in and it's flicked on at the near post by the England skipper Josh Rooney to make it 2-0 to England. You feel that physical presence could have been missed there from Lewis Blaine going off. There's a good header and it's a good ball in. that the goal scorer? So it looked like it was Jack Farrier there, the goal scorer, not Josh Rooney, representing the University of Chichester, who finished 5th in the Bucks Premier South division this year. So it looks like there's going to be a few changes here for Scotland, with Jacob Shingle coming on to replace the already injured Lewis Blaine. Andernick going off, being replaced by number 13, Luca Giacomini. And there's a change of goalkeepers as well, with Archibald coming on to replace Peter Grieg. So 3 changes for Scotland, probably in response to them going 2-0 down, would you say?
Yeah, Chris has obviously had to kind of have a look at it. We're disappointed to lose a goal from a set play again. It's key moments in the game. Andernick had the chance at the top end, and then in England break get the corner. Probably, their chances were aided by Blaine coming off the pitch. So we're disappointed, but he's made some subs. They'll be keen to make an impact in the game early. And next goal is quite an important one now. If Scotland can go and get it, as Mateus breaks into the box here, Mikado just again can't quite get his cross or his shot away. England kind of nullify that wee bit. Space in behind Scotland's midfield to play forward. England's number 9 takes it on the back foot. It was well dealt with again by Glass. Strides forward. Powerful runner with the ball. Smooth pass down the side. Is Moffat going to get on the end of it? Nah, just given offside. But again, another example. Scotland turn the ball over. They're going to get space to break into. It's just that final moment. Mikado had a chance a couple of minutes, just a few more seconds ago there, to get his cross or his shot away. So if they can get in the right areas, still hope for Scotland that they can get a goal and get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, it seems to have been a little bit of a change of formation, with Ben Hill going slightly further forward to support Moffat up tops, with Luca Giacomini slotting into that centre midfield place. Luca, one of the Heriot-Watt sports scholars here, coming from the Montrose Football Academy to come and study. Very talented, skillful player, and despite his stature, he actually uses his body well. Wins the free kick in the middle of the park there from Mikado winning the free kick in the middle of the pitch there. This ball played out wide. It's slid to Ben Heel, making the inside run. Finds the ball, comes to Giacomini on the edge of the box, slips it nice to Mikado. It's straight down the throw of the goalkeeper. That's well worked, some first time stuff there from Scotland, and there are chances coming. It's just a case of testing that England goalkeeper a little bit more. He's only had to make the one proper save in that first half, with the rest of them being straight at him. Lost space in the centre of the midfield now. Giacomini recovering, and that's well won in. But again, giving away in midfield. Still a bit scrappy from Scotland. They need to really protect that ball when they win it back, and that's where they're being most dangerous, is in those transitions. Looks like there's a couple of changes coming for England here. Going off number 10, Dan Turner. And number 4, Jacob Towns. We'll see if we can get the names and numbers of the guys coming on when they turn around and face us. So Lewis Manning on the pitch now from University of Hartpury. The ball's slid nicely to Ben Heel. He's looking for that overlap to give himself some space. The cries of man on. Good ball into the box, to the back stick. Sammy Doyle can't get the end of it. That's well dealt with, and Manning getting a couple of touches on the ball early on. England can play out nicer than they have, and they've got a bit of space to try and slide it if he gets his head up. It's well dealt with. And that's going to be a England throw-in. And Hugh Dawson from the University of Nottingham also entering the pitch there for England. So 20 minutes into the second half, England leading 2-0. The first goal, a Luke Steer finish with a slight deflection into the far corner as he cut inside from this near left-hand side. And the second, a flicked on header from a corner from Jack Ferrier to make it 2-0 after Scotland were down to 10 men for an injury. Looks with Ben Heel not quite doing the same role as Anthony was doing before up top. He's probably still playing in that midfield, not quite connecting as well with Moffat. It'll be interesting to see if that changes as the half goes on and as the score stays at 2-0. Bit more end-to-end at this moment in the game, when you say, Stuart?
Yeah, just somebody trying to get a foothold in the game again, because it's been quite end-to-end, as you said. England force a corner down Scotland's left-hand side. Moffat's just becoming a wee bit isolated the last few minutes. Just looking for a wee bit of rhythm there in possession of the ball, Scotland, to get players around him to support him, because showed just with that chance he had it 0-0 and he gets a good touch away in the box and a deflected shot. So if we can get support to him, there's a good chance that they will create a few more opportunities. Scotland will be looking to defend this corner a wee bit better than what they did with the last one, but having the full quota of players back on the pitch will certainly help them. It'll be a left-footed in-swinging corner. Scotland get the first contact on. It's cleared, ball goes back into the English half as they look to try and build the game again, gives Scotland a chance to get up the pitch. I think it was Jay Burns who got the header from the corner there to clear it. England looking to build again. Just settle. Don't need to force it. There'll come a point where Scotland probably need to squeeze their line a wee bit higher just to try and invite a wee bit more pressure onto them as they slide it across the back line here. Josh Roney in possession of the ball, goes back across his centre half partner, and the goal scorer of England's second goal, Jack Farrier. She highlighted there, the pitch here is absolutely huge, so if they get opportunities to make it big and be good with the ball, you can really work your opponents and tire them out. Right on cue there, England give the ball away and it's a throw into Scotland. So looking to just try and get a wee bit more possession again, see if they can get back in the game. Josh Shingles dropped off the game here. Try and get it back from Alex Jeans of Stirling. Just looking to see if Scotland can create something. McAdoo looks to go and show for the ball, gets it, and out the other side. Well played. So that's little bits of composure there as Pollock steps forward with the ball. Just Sammy Doig just slightly on his heels there as the ball went played into him from Pollock, and it's a frustrating turnover from Scotland because they'd worked the first part of that really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the error giving the ball away now results in a yellow card for Jacob Glass. So I don't think he'll be thanking Sammy Doig for that one and that turnover of play. But again, it's one of those professional fouls you have to take sometimes just to slow the game down, as that transition from England looked to be dangerous. Another opportunity for England to put this ball into the Scotland box and test that defensive line. The ball trying to be flicked on that near post, and Archibald can't quite get hold of it, and it goes out for a England corner once again. So looks like it could be another change coming up for Scotland as Androver comes on for Scotland. He looks like he's limbering up, stretching on that far side, stood next to head coach Chris Geddes. There's another chance as it falls. That's a good save by Archibald. Closes down the centre forward well. But that's another opportunity. It's some of those chances are starting to fall to England now, especially from set pieces, Stuart.
Yeah, they're obviously confident from scoring off the second goal that they can cause Scotland a threat. They looked to do it once or twice in the first half as well, where they surrounded the goalkeeper when swinging deliveries. So it's obviously something that they've worked on as part of their set play planning. As it looks as though it's going to be a long throw here as well, but England just having the better of this stage as well, sustaining a bit more pressure in around the goal and asking a few questions of the Scotland backline. Pollock gets a good header away there, and the ball breaks. Good link-up play there between Moffat and Neil. Unfortunately can't just quite take it on the run there, Neil. It's interesting to see what Scotland do with this next substitution, whether there's a change of shape or whether it's just a like for like. I don't know what the full personnel that Chris has got available to him. As Pollock tries to play his way out, unfortunately just runs the ball out of play, and it'll be another throw into England deep in Scotland territory.
Yeah, you wonder if they're bringing some kind of number 10 position into that shape could help Scotland, as there's quite a big space between the back four and that midfield that England have, and give the opportunity for them just to operate in that space and find those half spaces to turn and really punish England. They haven't really managed to do that in the second half. In the transitions, the ball has been a bit scrappy and they haven't managed to find that final pass. So it looks like there's two changes, a double change for Scotland as Ewan White comes on as well. We'll see who's going off for Scotland. Looks like Sammy Doig is being replaced and Moffat as well. So a double change, so a change up top as well. Let's see how this affects Scotland's thinking. Seem to be committing some bodies further forward. Let's see what the formation is once. Ewan White has gone and taken up that position vacated by Sammy Doig on that far left-hand side. And Adrover through the middle, replacing Moffat. So not quite the same physical stature that Moffat had up top, and with that back four of England being quite physical, it'll be interesting to see how they operate as the ball's given away by Giacomini. And he finds the pass, cuts inside, well blocked again by Pollock. But England do well to recycle the ball on that right hand side, lays it back, bodies in the box for England, again dealt well with by Pollock, but Ben Hill can't quite get a touch on it, and it doesn't quite fall for Scotland as Jay Burns can't get hold of it. Ben Hill down potentially with a head injury here. Referee stopping play. This will be a bit of concern for Chris Geddes, as Ben Hill, a real driving force in that midfield and has been everywhere today. Won't want to see him going off prematurely. Looks like there could be a bit of a bloody nose, so we'll take a couple of minutes to stop that. Still plenty of time for Scotland to get back into this game, Stuart.
Yeah, they're just huffing and puffing a wee bit at the minute, just to try and find those right opportunities to create. Again, Chris is trying to freshen it up with some fresh energy, some new players on the pitch, just to try and inject something into the Scotland attack. But yeah, I think that 2-0 or 2-goal leads certainly are quite, in some sense, they can feel quite comfortable. But Scotland get one back here, it'll make it a very lively and nervy probably into the game for England. That they'll look to try and continue to play and have the majority of the ball, just to try and take the sting out of any Scotland threat. But still plenty of time still to go there, and Scotland just need to keep working away. Like you said, the distances between their lines at times are a wee bit high and spaced out. It's giving England the opportunity just to retain the ball a wee bit better, so Scotland can get their lines closer together when they go and squeeze the game, ask a few more questions, because they've shown transition-wise they can be quite deadly and threatening from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And those changes made by Scotland's probably disrupted that disciplined shape that they had in that first half. As the ball's given away in that final third by Scotland, and England recycle it, looking to play out. But we've seen in this game that chances can come out of nothing. There's been a couple of misplaced touches that have allowed opportunities to score, and it's just been that final ball or that final touch that just hasn't quite landed to take that chance. So it looks like Ben Hill won't be able to continue, and Cameron Choi, University of St Andrews, looks like he's stripped and ready to come on to take his place. As the ball's whipped in from that far right hand side, again Pollock doing well to deal with it. Some nice interchange on the edge of the box, resulting in a block shot. Again, England doing well to press high up that pitch, even when Scotland do get a toe on the ball, not giving him a moment's rest to keep a hold of it. So here comes the substitution with Cameron Choi coming on with Ben Hill already on the bench on the far side. What kind of player is Cameron? That he's, you've seen him a lot at St Andrews.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's just a wonderful human being, very humble kid that's worked really, really hard over 4 years. So it's actually a really nice moment for him to get a Scotland cap just as he finishes up. He's graduated this week. His parents are over from Singapore to watch him today, so there'll be a proud moment for him. But as a player, he's a kid that will want to take the ball. He's very much a technical type of player. He'll look to try and create, retain possession of the ball, and out of possession he can go and hunt and get it back. So good test for him coming on, because he's playing at a really good level here, and there's a lot of good players that England have got to offer as well. So I'm delighted for him. Matthias, I think, is just going to play slightly forward now where Ben Hill was playing. So again, Matthias showing his bit of versatility, that he can play deeper, he can play higher as a midfield player. So hopefully Scotland just try and get a wee bit more of the ball and get into these final third moments as England make another change, I think, at right fullback. And number 9's gone off as well, so England just freshening their team up as well. Cammy just getting caught on the ball. Quite difficult as a sub to pick up the pace of the game really quickly, coming in, especially with the intensity. He's been good in this game, so Cammy will need to just pick it up quite quickly, but he's capable of doing it, so hopefully his next touch is a better one. England reset the game. Ewan White from Abertay just trying to put a bit of pressure on the right full-back as they look to progress down the right-hand side, England. They get to the byline, it's a deep cross, I think it's going to miss everyone. Scotland get a chance to come out, played inside. Just a wee bit of loose pass, but Cammy does really well to knock on, and Scotland have got a 2v1 in this wide left area. Ardover plays the ball in the box. It's maybe a tad early for Mikado to get set, and the ball just goes out for a goal kick. But promising moment there for Scotland. Got out the right hand side, then out the left hand side, just couldn't quite connect. Again, it's kind of been a story the way the second half's been for them as well. Just some good opportunities, just that final ball at times just not enable them to get a shot or a cross away at goal.
Yeah, absolutely, but Cameron Choi did well in that initial phase to slide in and get a toe on that ball, which really set off that attack, and they've won it well here again. They've not really managed to get their foot on the ball for sustained periods of time here, Scotland, so it has really been about that transition and counter-attack to create those opportunities as we're into the final 15 minutes of normal time. England leading 2-0. Out for a throwing on that far side for Scotland. Slight change of formation here potentially for Scotland, with slightly more boys in that final third that we've seen all game. The two fullbacks definitely pushing on high, which they've not already had the opportunity to do so far in this game. Giacomini playing in that 6 role, picking the ball up well and finding Choi. But again, it's that forced pass forward that hasn't really allowed them to build the play from the back. Ball given away in midfield, England looking to break. Well played by Manning as he tries to find him on the edge of the box. Opportunity for a shot, and it slipped through the keeper's hands. Archibald will want to see that one again. And that makes it 3-0 to England. It's an unfortunate error leading to that goal. Would have been quite a routine save. But the slick ball from this surface has probably eluded the keeper, and he's not really had much to do since coming on, so probably one of his first touches of the ball with his gloves. So 10 minutes to go here. Looks like there's going to be another couple of substitutions coming on for Scotland. Finn Regan coming on from University of Stirling and replacing McAdro from St Andrews. Had a good game, he's looked busy in midfield. Again, not really probably had the opportunity to showcase as much as he'd like on the ball, given the dominance that England have had of possession, but those touches he has had has been classy. So Scotland get us back underway. 10 minutes to claw back 3 goals here. Touch doesn't quite stick, and Scotland do retain possession. But it's a great press from England, really hungry. But Scotland work it well, work it out wide here, to the right hand side. Opportunity for Scotland to find that pass, and again, England play in the right place at the right time, and England work it well. Manning does well and draws the foul. He's looked sharp, Manning, since coming on.
Yeah, very much so. And it was Steer that played on this side of the pitch beforehand that he replaced, so obviously good options down this left-hand side for England. But yeah, 100%. Manning's looked lively, keen to make an impression. He's tricky, he can play outside and dribble in, he can play on the wing as well and stay wide and offer that threat, and he's certainly causing Jeans some defending to do, but he stood up well to it. Just trying to keep him quiet for this last 10 minutes or so. Hopefully Scotland can get a goal and get themselves back into it. Just comes down to key moments, I think, in the game. Scotland, a few chances more so probably first half. They've only really had the one from Moffat second half that went past the post. England just been that wee bit more clinical as Manning goes inside again, looking to dribble, very direct, and then draws a foul. Give England a free kick halfway into Scotland's half.
Yeah, like you say, Stuart, it's been a game of taking those chances when they've come, and Scotland didn't take them in the first half. They had 2 big chances, 2 early errors from England that allowed them to get a half shot, and possibly should have done better with them. And England, when those chances have come in the second half, have been very clinical, as well cleared away, but the came back off the England centre half to force a goal kick for Scotland. Archibald looking to play it to Genus here in the right back position. Scotland with 3 up front now. Again, well won up front. That's a good win. Flicking it on. The England defence has been really impressive today with their physicality. They've won a lot of duels, not really given Scotland much of a sniff. And it's been kind of the foundation for them to be able to build out from and create those chances that they have done. shout to keep the ball moving sharp from England there. Really looking to continue to dominate the ball as they have all game. Not wanting to give a goal away in these final stages of this match. They'll be desperately looking to have a clean sheet. That's as well, but can't find Manning as he tumbles in the box. And it goes out for a goal kick. That third goal really being a killer for England, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so. Looking at the clock, obviously the time that the ball went in the net, it's quite difficult for Scotland to respond. Just trying to find a way. There'll be plenty of positives for Chris to take away from it. And as we highlighted, just those opportunities just coming at the right time, especially at 0-0 when the game's tight. You've got to take those key moments on. Unfortunately, from Scotland's point of view, they've not been able to do it, but from England's point of view, we said at half-time that if they could just find those moments in the final third, certainly with the ball possession that they'd had, they would certainly be a threat, and they've proven that second half.
Yeah, absolutely. There hasn't really been too much between the quality of the players, two strong teams here, actually. It's been a great showcase of university football, the entire game. Two contrasting styles, with England kind of keeping the ball, but Scotland being really diligent in the defensive work for that first half, especially. As Manning trying to bring out a couple of the tricks. But yeah, it has really been a great showcase for university football, and you can see why a lot of these players will be aspiring to go on to bigger and better things once graduating. England number 2 looking for a foul, and Choi just giving the ball away on the edge of his box. Manning takes it really well on the turn, trying to create a chance for himself. Probably should have released it earlier. The ball falls kindly for Scotland on the edge of their own box. It's just been sloppy with that final pass, haven't they? Giving it away, allowing England to come back. He's done well to keep the ball in there. 2 in the box. Flicked on. Can Genius get the block in? It does in the end. England looking particularly sharp in these last final few moments. Creating a couple of good chances, unable to take them. Ball clipped into Manning, who does well to bring it down under control. Genius does well, but foul given by the referee. We're getting to that moment, Stuart, where we're going to be asking for your man of the match. So I'll give you a couple of moments to have a think and talk about who's impressed you today. Like I say, it's been a well contested match, very physical game from both sets of players. And probably the last game of the season for most of these, after the university season ended quite a while ago, and club season as well. Ball brought forward, and Manning once again with the ball, but touch lets him down this time. The ball given away, but bounces back kindly. Archibald just puts his foot through it, and he goes all the way back through to the England goalkeeper. So Stuart, it's been a great game. Who would you say stood out to you as man of the match?
I think on the overall piece, certainly the possession that England have kept, and their substitutions have made a big impact on the game as well. They've brought right energy. We highlighted Manning a few moments ago in terms of what he's brought to the game, but I think a lot of the England subs have certainly helped the team and freshened it up and given them that energy. They've taken their chances at key points. You highlighted a few moments ago their kind of solid base. Their back four have certainly been a lot more solid second half than nervy start to the game. Difficult to kind of pick up a player of the match, if I'm honest, because there's been a lot of good players on display. Tempted potentially to give it to Luke Steer just for his opening goal. Key point in the game. He was a threat down that left-hand side, coming inside. So I think key moments happen in games. Farrier, the centre half as well for England, who got the second goal. He's had a very solid game, especially second half, nullified a lot of Scotland's threat. And England captain Ronnie's had a really good game as well, left centre back. So there's been some strong performances from England, and that's what's helped them just shade this result overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Three great performances that you probably could have picked many other players on the park as well to give it to. From a Scotland's point of view, I've been particularly impressed with the energy of Ben Heal before he went off. Again, he stood out in that first match against Ireland, and again was that driving force in midfield. But in that first half, particularly, I thought Ross Pollock was a mountain in defence and really marshalled the England centre forward well. And he's had a solid second half. Obviously, a couple of goals conceded from set pieces, but which I'll be disappointed about. But both players really standing out for Scotland as well.
Yeah, Pollock's probably been the pick for Scotland for me. You're right to highlight the captain, Ben Heal, before he went off. He had a lot of energy about him, but Pollock's put in a really solid performance at left centre back. Jacob Glass has been steady for large spells down at left back as well. Moffat was lively. He just probably didn't get as much of the ball as maybe what he wanted. Mikado was lively again, but just England having that wee bit more quality and composure in possession of the ball, just to let their technical players and see more of it, and that's been proven second half just with the threats that they've caused from open play and from set pieces. Turnover there, Cammy tried as well just to recover it. Scotland try and finish the game on a positive here. Glass being composed with the ball, and a loose one again from Choi. Pollock steps into block. White's looked lively down the left-hand side for coming on from Scotland. He had a couple of moments where he linked, led to a cross that Mikado couldn't get on the end of, but he's been lively when he's come on. Again, England just showing a wee bit of their quality here, just in terms of their possession retention. Quite happy to knock the ball about one touch, two touch. It's good to watch. The surface is good. It's been watered and they've worked it across the pitch well there. Scotland looking a wee bit tired. Good ball into the box. Right back, quite advanced there. Couldn't quite get in. White comes away with it down that left-hand side. Dribbles past a couple. Ball wide. Ardova tries to play a great ball in behind. It's going to ask a question. It just, again, it's been the story of the day for Scotland. They kind of get into those moments, just not quite been able to get that final end product from it. Some promising moments.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been a great game, and England popping it around in these final stages. Scotland's starting to tire a little bit. It's a ball slip through to Manning. Chance to get a shot away. Genius trying to hold him off. Archibald makes a great save at his near post to force the corner as we're into time added on here at Oriam. Can't be too much longer in this game. We've had obviously a lot of substitutions, both teams using the full bench, giving guys a good run out and a great experience to play in this kind of match. Ball comes in, cleared away at the near post, recovered by England, and it's cleared away once again by Shingle for another corner on this near side. Referee starting to glance at his watch. No one seems to want to take the corner, so Manning trots over to recover the ball. Ball comes in. It's well dealt with again as the referee blows his full-time whistle. That finishes here at Oriam, 3-0 to England. A great game between two strong teams and a really great showcase for university football here. Thanks very much to Stuart Milne for joining me in the comms box. It's been a great game to take in, and I've enjoyed your take on the university football as well. Thanks very much for watching, everybody, and we'll hopefully catch you again at another match here at Oriam.